How was your experience at FanFest?
It was superb. It was awesome. We like the bikes.
This was out of my son's passion. I actually came over here, and then it is very interesting to know everybody sharing their views and all. It's really, really enlightening for me, and I'm very happy to attend an event like this.
It's very nice. I'm very happy that you have welcomed us and we have participated in this. It's very nice and it's a lot of informative and people never know about how to use a vehicle without reading a manual. It's very nice. I've been a biker from 99, so I had very good time. Thank you so much. Looking forward for such nice, very nice meets. All the best.
Hi there, guys, and welcome to Dino's Vault once again. I'm all excited and pumped up to share with you the highlights of my first ever FanFest event. In my invite video, I clearly stated that this event itself has been conceptualized keeping you guys in mind. This event was meant to be a treat or a gesture of gratitude for all the love and support you guys have showered upon me. It was also an event which was meant to celebrate the spirit of motorcycling, and it was never about boasting just about me or my channel. Invitations were sent out to fellow YouTubers and renowned names in the automotive reviewing industry. Most of them were courteous enough to respond to my mail and express their inability to make it because all of them are prepping for the upcoming Auto Expo. A fellow YouTuber and biker brother did show up for the event, and you'll see who that person is later on in this video. All the dealers who have always appreciated my work and trusted me with their products were invited. Most of them did come, and I'm always grateful to them. Most of all, my subscribers, whom I choose to call my best friends, did register for the event, and all of them did turn up. As you all know, registration was free and were limited to 100 registrations because this happened to be a first of its kind initiative. I don't think any other YouTuber single-handedly has tried to conduct a fan fest all by himself or herself just for their subscribers. It takes a lot of passion to envision such a concept, and it takes loads of guts to try and execute that in a methodical and systematic way. You all know that usually I upload 3 videos per week, whereas I could upload only one review last week, and that was the Mahindra KUV 100 review because the entire thing had to be planned and conducted by me. By God's divine grace and tremendous support from my best friends and well-wishers, I can now declare that the event was a super success. The proceedings began as I welcomed everyone with a song. Not many of you are aware that music too is just as much as important to me and just as much a part of my life as much as bikes and cars are. I am a songwriter, singer, composer and a guitarist. You can listen to my songs, guitar covers and also check out some basic guitar lessons by going to my playlist section where videos have been neatly segregated accordingly. I knew the event would definitely be a success because most of you had wished me really from the bottom of your heart when I posted the invite and the announcement video regarding the fan fest. Also, this was never meant to be a commercial event. Now, my main aim was to gather the youth comprising of existing bikers and wannabe bikers and educate them about road safety, bike maintenance tips, get them pointers from experienced riders about understanding the character of each bike that you're going to ride and trying to connect with it to establish a lovely relationship such that the bike listens to you and responds to you and remains under your control rather than you being controlled by the bike. So after welcoming the audience with a song, I briefly shared my origin story as to how and why I became a YouTuber and how I have reached so far. To get to know my story in 1 minute, you can watch my channel trailer by clicking on the link appearing on the screen right now. Then I introduced my fellow YouTuber and biker brother Zohair Ahmed on stage. Zohair has his own moto vlogging channel and talks about interesting topics while riding exotic bikes. He also does walk around videos and reviews of motorcycles. You can watch my full interview with him by clicking on the link appearing on the screen right now. The full video is available on his channel. I'm leaving a link in the description portion below as well. I'm so thankful to Zohair that he immediately obliged and accepted my invitation and took time out to attend the event. Please note that this event was entirely done at my expense. There was no sponsorship of any sorts from any brand or company featuring in this video. Now coming back to the event, then it was time for the Driven team, who are very close friends of mine, and they are doing an amazing job of making people's dream come alive by allowing people to rent out their dream bikes like Harley Davidson, Ducati, Kawasaki, Triumph, etc. Now, Driven is basically a self drive and self ride car and bike rental company. Their spokesperson, Mr. Rohit, spoke about how the idea actually occurred to them and how it took shape. He briefly shared about the process that is involved in renting out a bike from them, which is very simple and at the same time very affordable. To ride your dream bike today, you can call them directly by dialing the number appearing on the screen currently. Then Mr. Pankit Dinesh, the regional manager from Suzuki Motorcycles India, was present for the event. I am so happy that he could take time out to make it to the event. Dealers from Kawasaki, Honda, Hero MotoCorp, and Yamaha were also present for the event, and I am so glad that they could make it. Getting into a conversation with Mr. Pankit, I tried to get some info about the upcoming Gixxer 250, but he requested us to wait for the upcoming Auto Expo in February, where I guess Suzuki has some interesting exhibits to surprise us. Then we had some interesting activity, an opinion poll in fact. Since most of them who had gathered were die-hard bikers, I ended up making them the jury members, and they got to pick their favorite bikes across various categories based on various parameters like design and looks, performance and handling, comfort, mileage, value for money, etc. The first choice they had to make was for the best 150 to 160cc bike priced under rupees 1 lakh. The following were the options they got to choose from: FZ version 2.0, the Suzuki Gixxer, Bajaj Avenger 150, Hornet 160, Unicorn 160, the Apache RTR 160, Pulsar 150, Yamaha SZRR version 2.0, and Pulsar AS 150. The winner in this category was Suzuki Gixxer as per majority of votes. The second category was that of best bike around rupees 1 lakh. The options given were Phaser version 2.0, Gixxer SF, Pulsar AS 200, Avenger Street 220, Apache RTR 180 ABS, and Pulsar 220F. The winner in this category, as per majority of votes, was Gixxer SF. The third category was best bike ranging between 1 to 2 lakhs. The options given were KTM Duke 200, Benelli TNT 25, Apache RTR 200, CBR 250R, Pulsar 200 RS, CBR 150R, R15 version 2.0, R15S, KTM RC 200, Royal Enfield Bullet or Classic 350 or 500, as well as the Thunderbird 350/500. The winner in this category was KTM Duke 200. The final poll was for the best bike in 300 to 500cc category. The options were Duke 390, RC 390, Yamaha R3, Ninja 300, Benelli TNT 300, and the Continental GT. The winner in this segment was Ninja 300. Then it was time to educate the wannabe riders about road safety, bike maintenance, etc. A friend of mine named Ashfaq, who has worked with KTM and Benelli and has been riding bikes for nearly a decade now, was courteous enough to accept my invitation. He currently owns a ZX12R. He happens to be one among the well experienced bikers here in Hyderabad, and he took the initiative of sharing some valuable tips about road safety, bike maintenance, braking pressure, mileage tips, and engine break-in period. Next up, Mohit Chauda from Deccan Custom Motorcycles was also there at the event to share about his passion and vision and as to what motivates him to build custom motorcycles. So he shared about the projects he is working on and as to what we can expect from him in the days to come. Finally, just as I had promised, a friend of mine named Vinay, who sells original riding gear, be it helmets or gloves or jackets or anything that has to do with motorcycles, he was courteous enough to put up his stall. People had a chance to buy original LS2 helmets at a discounted price. You can still get in touch with him and use my reference to avail flat 10% discount on LS2 helmets. You can call the number being displayed on the screen to get in touch with the store owner. Now, coming to the main event of the show, which was unveiling the bikes that were showcased at the event, I'm so thankful to all the dealers who cooperated and obliged to my request by sending their bikes to the event. I want to thank the Driven team for sending in two iconic bikes from their stable. My main intention of bringing these bikes to the event was to offer you guys an up close and personal encounter with some of the most iconic, immortal, and most intense bikes out there in the history of motorcycling. First to be unveiled was the most awarded bike in India to date, the Suzuki Gixxer. It looked stunning in the red and black dual tone avatar and people really loved it. Then the new addition to Yamaha's product portfolio, the R15S, was unveiled. It now comes with a unibody seat that is more pillion friendly. Then the next on the list were the Royal Enfield Thunderbird 350 and the Continental GT. People were really amazed to see the Continental GT, which is all about experiencing motorcycling in its purest form. Then we headed to the fearsome and ferocious section where some ruthless beasts were parked. First on this list was the Kawasaki Z800, the new face of the Z lineage from the Kawasaki universe. The GM and the branch head of Kawasaki Hyderabad did the honors of unveiling the bike. Then the driven team unveiled their new additions to their stable. Their first exhibit was the Indian Scout, the modern and new age cruiser that combines Indians' age old rich cruiser heritage and the latest technologies like liquid cooling and ABS. Another new addition to Driven's lineup was the mighty and magnificent Kawasaki Ninja ZX14R, which happens to be one among the three fastest production motorcycles on the planet currently. It does 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds and comes with a top speed claim of nearly 300 kilometers per hour. And next up, Zohair was courteous enough to put up his custom modified bike on display, the Kawasaki ER6N, which happens to be a naked Street Fighter version of the Ninja 650. Then my dealership friend from Mahalakshmi Suzuki, Mr. Abhinav, exhibited his second bike, the Gixxer SF, which is a fully fed version of the Gixxer Street Fighter and happens to be the only fully fed motorcycle that is priced under rupees 1 lakh. Finally, Mr. Pankit Dinesh, the regional manager from Suzuki Motorcycles India, unveiled the most desired bike and the most sought after bike in this world, the mighty and the monstrous Suzuki Hayabusa, which happens to be one among the three fastest production motorcycles in this planet. Now, we have already talked about the ZX14R. The third one is the MV Agusta F4R312. Now, talking about the Hayabusa comes with a top speed claim of around 312 kilometers per hour. This was before the 300 kmph speed limit agreement was made by motorcycle manufacturers worldwide. It has always been neck to neck between the ZX14R and the Hayabusa. Both are equally fast and equally monstrous. Now, there's always been a debate as to which is faster, but I think there are lots of other factors like rider skills, rider weight, and also the bike settings that always play a role. So, it is really hard to determine a winner among the two. I'm so happy that God has been gracious enough to grant my wish of having these two phenomenal and awe inspiring bikes on display at the event. Well, that's about it. People of all age groups attended the event, which shows that motorcycling is not just a business, but it is a culture, it is a therapy, and it is a lifestyle where the rider can simply shut the world off, calm his or her senses, and get lost in an adventure that would help him or her completely refresh their minds, rejuvenate their souls, and re energize their spirits. Well, that's about it for now. I just hope you enjoyed watching this video. Until next time, this is Dino saying ciao, take care, God bless, and ride safe.
It was fun being here. This was the first time we met a YouTuber like this, and we experienced many of the new things. We saw many super bikes. We have never been for such an event like this. Thank you for calling us, Dinesh bro. We appreciate your work and all the best for the future.